The common consensus is what the community agrees upon on a certain piece of media. In the early days of film, the focus of the common consensus was around friends sharing opinions on certain movies. But when the internet was created, people wanted to collect their opinions together and argue and discuss sharing their opinions on the internet, and so those opinions can be found on IMDb, not Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic, but I'll discuss why they are not later. These sites determine the rating for certain pieces of media, but when people see their opinions and think, wow, that's bad, according to its rating like 5 or 6, not giving that movie a shot. Critics didn't like Shawshank Redemption or Psycho when it came out, yet people saw these movies and spread positivity through word of mouth. They are closing the discussion by mindlessly agreeing with it, and not disagreeing, and not getting other sides of opinions and putting their opinions head to head and see how well that opinion stands up against another opinion, creating an interesting discussion about that certain piece of media. And now, the thing you've all been waiting for is to talk about Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Yeah! Rotten Tomatoes is first on the chopping block because it's the most popular out of the two and it has more brand recognition than Metacritic and is widely more recognized by public media than Metacritic as well. The reason I like IMDb over Rotten Tomatoes is that Rotten Tomatoes only displays what critics thinks and not what the audience thinks. And when you think of the audience score, you think of that popcorn bucket. No, that popcorn bucket shows how many people liked it, not the score it got. It's underneath the score that displays how many people liked it and what the average rating from the non-critics were. It's in so small of text, you think, oh, that doesn't really matter, so you don't really look at it. You just look at the critic score, not the user score. That's the difference I'm trying to say. They only display the score of the critics on, the Rotten Tomatoes logo or whatever on their website. Like, this has 100%, this is certified. And then when, they put this sticker on the box art of the movie, this creates the brand recognition of, hey, this is a good movie. Yet they don't include the non-critics' opinions of the movie or the non-critics' review of the movie. And now, Metacritic. To start talking about Metacritic, I'm going to give it a little bit of credit for showing the reviews of non-critics and just not hiding it under, little black text. Yet, it has the same problem of Rotten Tomatoes, of only displaying the critic reviews when searching for that certain thing. But I'm gonna give it, a counterpoint to that by saying you can search by user reviews as well. You're thinking, what's the big deal? Metacritic sounds okay. Well, Metacritic adds value to a person's review based on their popularity. That's how they rate it in the critics side of things, making it a popularity contest. Take this with a grain of salt though, because this is from Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is not known for being the most reliable source ever. This sounds somewhat realistic, and this sounds like what some companies would do to add value to other companies like them, like IGN. Another problem is metabombing. Metabombing is where somebody decreases the score by spamming negative reviews on a game that brings in scores with high praise. That's why. It's just hating on something just because it's how praised it is. It's so petty against a fandom, just because it's spiraled out of control. I will go more in depth with fandoms and haters of the fandoms in a later time. The reason I bring up both Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes is because they show a disconnect from the people and the critics. The opinions of the critics are being put on a pedestal above yours. People just see that, oh, it has a good score, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be a perfect movie, or it's just gonna be a great movie for everyone. This makes people look for the movie with the higher score, yet they don't look for the ones with mediocre scores. That's the problem with dismissing a movie just by its score. You haven't even seen the movie yet. But what if I saw the trailer? Seeing the trailer means nothing. It just means you are watching ads. Trailers for movies can be very misleading to the actual movie. I'm saying this as both a bad thing and a good thing. The original trailer for the movie Frozen had nothing to do with the movie. Nothing was in the movie except for the two characters, even though they were minor characters. Even though it doesn't show anything really exciting about Frozen or the movie in general. To sum it all up, don't base your opinions off of reviews of others. You can look at reviews, but try to be skeptical of everything they say. Me personally, I've had trouble finding my own scores after looking at the scores for the movies, and trying to analyze the movie after hearing or seeing somebody else's opinions. But that's just me. And that's this video, pretty much. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.